Posey. Sit. So here we have Posey, and we are just going to do her go home video, which is where we go over all of her commands, how to give them, and how to work through any hiccups she might have. She is very food and praise driven. So what we're going to start with is the basics of sitting down. So what I'm going to do is go sit, hand gesture after sit. As soon as her butt and front feet are flat on the floor, I want you to reward. Posey. Sit. Yes, good sit. Posey. We'll do that one more time. Sit. Yes. And we'll do it down. I'll show you, she can do it from a standing and a sitting position. Down. Good, down. You want to make sure that her belly and all 4 feet are flat on the floor. It's okay if she kicks her back edge out to the side, but we don't want her rolling over. So we'll do that again. Posey. Down. Good, down. Hand gesture down, down. We'll do that again from standing. Down. Yes. Good, down. Posey. Down. Yes. Good job. So now we will do a sit stay and a down stay. So the key with these is that if you put her into a sit stay and she goes to lay down, you need to correct her, put her back into a sit and restart. Vice versa with a down stay. If she were to go into a sit, we wouldn't want her to do that. So I'm going to bring her here and put her into a sit. Stay. It's that flat hand out for stay. Good, stay. I'm going to walk around her. If she goes to move, I'm going to give that verbal warning. Use my body. So if she fully moves, we're going to put her right back into the same spot. Stay. No reward for doing that sit and stay in the beginning because we had to reposition her. Stay. Yes, good stay. Rewarding while the dog is still in the stay. Is key because you want them to learn stay. But the action of staying in that place, in that position, is what you're asking. And that's what you want a reward for. Good stay. Using our positive marker words like good girl, yes, good stay, or whatever command you have just given. And when you're ready, all you're going to do is go up to her, touch, and release with the word okay. And the purpose of going up to her is that she's going to anticipate that she can't move until you come and physically release her. Okay? Yes. Good girl. Stay. We do have some puppies that just came in, so that's a good distraction for stay. Good, stay. Yes. Good, stay. Turn my back. Out of sight. Good, stay. Good job. Putting her back into it. Good, stay. Good, stay. Yes. Good, stay. Always making sure we reward when there's a big distraction that goes on and they continue to hold it. In a second, we're going to release it from this stay. Okay. Yes. And now we'll do a down stay. So again, the hand is down, sit down, stay. Flat hand out like a stop sign for stay. Good, stay. Turning your back to my dog can, what it does is it breaks eye contact And dogs typically, when they lose that eye contact with you, they tend to think they can get away with something. So I like to test her and let her know if she does break, she's going right back into it, because it doesn't matter if I'm looking at her, she needs to stay there. Good, stay. Yes. Good, stay. Stay. And I'm also going to crouch down in front of her. When you crouch down in front of a dog, it's almost like you're inviting them to come and seek attention. And I want her to know that down. No matter what I am doing or what else is going on, she needs to stay there. So I'm going to crouch down. Good. I'm actually going to grab a tennis ball. This is one of Posey's most favorite toys. And it's really hard for her to not break away from this to get this tennis ball. So, good, stay. But as you can see, this is something that we have worked on for a very long time. She does really well with it. I'm going to let it roll towards the other wall. Good, stay. Rewarding when she takes her eye contact off of it. Good, stay. Good. Okay. Yes, good job. So the next thing we're going to work on is her kennel and weight commands. I'm just going to double check the camera. Make sure we have enough time. Good. So the first kennel and weight is tell the dog kennel. They go into the kennel, close the door. We have the wait command before letting them out. When they're not freaking out, they come out calmly. So, again, don't mind any noises or distractions or other people walking by. These are great things for Posey to work through. Wait. Posey is really excited about doing kennel as well as place. So, I tell her to wait before I allow her to go in. So I'm going to take this treat that's in my hand and toss it in and tell her, kennel. Good girl. And I'm going to let her finish chewing the treat, get her attention, and then give her the wait command. Wait. If she were to go to bark out before I gave her a release, I would simply give her a verbal warning of and then I would close the door. Now, Posey is older, so we can gain a good amount of distance. I can go off and do things while still telling her to wait, because she has to stay in there until I tell her okay. Well, we're going to make it interesting. We have a nice bag of treats here. I'm going to drop them on the floor. Good, wait. Yes. And the release for that is the same as it is for stay in place, which is okay. Yes. Weight doesn't require a physical release either. That is one of the differences. Posey. Ready? Kennel. Good girl. Like I said, Posey finds kennel and weight along the place to be something very, very exciting. As you saw in the video, at the beginning of the video, she automatically went to the front of the bed because he thought we were going to do place. Wait. Good, wait. So I'm actually going to check and see if I can get this other door in our room on camera. So we have a door right there. I'm actually going to step out of it while she's in and wait. And the idea is that she will hold that wait command. Good, wait. Good girl. Yes. Okay. Good job. So now we're going to move on to Posey's most favorite part, and that is her place command. Posey, place. Good, place. Good job. Good, place. So the purpose of place have an object, such as a corunda bed, which is what she's on, where you tell the dog to go and place. They can sit, stand, or lay down on that object as long as all 4 feet remain on the object. You don't want them getting up and just walking off without being released. And the goal is to have them hold it for 20 to 30 minutes eventually without any corrections. Posey has managed to hit a good 18-minute mark, so it's something that we're still continuing to grow with, and I hope that you continue to utilize at home because this is a phenomenal command. Now, if she looked like she was about to try and get off, I would give her that verbal warning of And if she fully got off, I would simply pick her up, put her back onto it, or I would guide her by the collar or leash. Good place. And place her back onto it with no reward for going back onto it because we don't want to get in the pattern of releasing or letting her break it and then getting a reward for that behavior. Good place. Place. Good place. Good job. Good girl. So that was actually a really good distraction for Posey to have to work through. The reason why I did stay so close is because that was a potential mom coming through. So we don't want her having physical contact with any other dogs at this moment, not knowing if she's pregnant yet. So we got to be careful. But if another dog were to walk through that Posey mingles with on a day-to-day basis, I would take a step back, hold her accountable for staying in that place if she didn't, or simply put her back onto it, like I said. Good place. So, the thing that I love most about Posey's place command is that I can go in through the office door, go all the way around, and come back out that door that you saw me go out a minute ago. So, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give her a release, and then I'm going to put her into a place again, and that's when I'm going to do that. So we do a touch release, okay? Good girl. That way they anticipate that they cannot break away from this, and they will not be released until you physically release them. Posey, place. Posey. Place. Yes. Good place. So, I am going to step out of the room, walk all the way around our office, and come back through. Good place. Yes. Good place. Good place, Posey. Good job. Yes. I'm just going to check on the camera, make sure we're still recording. Good. So we're going to do that one more time, but I'm going to take a little longer to go around the office. And I may even bounce back and forth from door to door without coming through, so I can keep an eye on her. We do have blinds on the doors where I can see through, but she can't. Good place. We'll change it up and go through the other door. Good place, Posey. Good job. Yes. Good job. Good place. So in a minute I'll release her and then we're we're going to go over her leash walking. Okay? Yes. Good job. So I am going to pause the video for a minute. We're going to get her hooked up to a leash and get this camera outside. Okay. So, here we have Posey. We're going to do the leash walking portion of our go home video. So I have her on what's called a slip leash. You could use a slip collar. It just happens that another trainer is using the one that I used for her. So all it is it has a loop on the end, it feed it through, and it slips down so you can deliver leash corrections. The key with these is you want to make sure they sit up high just behind their ears. That way you can deliver a proper correction. So I'm going to get Posey's attention. I'm going to put her to my left side, and I'm going to tell her this way. We're going to start walking. If she were to pull and put any tension on the leash, I would give a verbal warning. If she didn't return that tension by giving slack, then we would either A, change direction, and I would use the phrase this way, or I would give her a gentle leash correction and she would flow back into my left side. One thing to note about Posey's leash walking is that she does automatic sits. So anytime I stop, she is to sit without even having to be told. And I do that because as a puppy, she didn't have the greatest focus in the world. So when dogs tend to have not a lot of focus, they tend to not walk well on the leash. So by giving them something that they have to pay attention to and they have to do automatically on their own, it helps rein in that focus. So she has to be paying attention to where my body's moving, what pace I'm going, and if I'm stopping. And if I'm stopping, she needs to be aware of it because she needs to sit. So Posey's leash walking is phenomenal, and I don't think you guys would have a single problem. But again, this is all just for if down the line you have a little hiccup or you forget something that we talk about, it's all right here for you. Posey, ready? Yes. This way. Good. Anytime she looks up at me, I want to use positive marker words. You can reward her. This way. Yes. Do an auto sit. Good. Good job. Nice, good amount of slack in the leash. This is a short slip leash, but there's no tension in it. This way. And I'm going to turn into her. This way. Yes. Good girl. So I want her sitting perfectly by my left side. I don't want her butt out to the side. So I'm going to continue to lure her into that. Good. Good job. Lots of praise and reward once that's done. This way. This way. Good. So I'm going to change up the pace of walking. So I'm going to go from a normal walk to a bit of a jog, and then down to a rapid slow pace, just so you can see that she is focused, she's paying attention, and she knows how to walk at all different paces. Posey, this way. So we have our normal pace, our jog, and our slow. This way. And we're still in the slow pace. And a jog. And normal. And then we're going to stop. Good job. Posey's leash walking has always been one of her top tier things. She has amazing handler focus, and using those positive marker words when she does give you that eye contact is key in keeping that and building that bond with her. When she comes home, I would recommend heavily leaning on using treats with her because she loves food. She has a great food drive, and that's one way that you're going to bond with her because she knows her commands, but she doesn't know that when you say them, they mean the same thing. So what you need to do is kind of take one step back, use those treats pretty heavily, get her working with you consistently, and once you've got it down 100%, that's when you can phase out those treats and you know that she's working with you because she is focused on you and she respects those boundaries. So that is it for Posey's go home video.